Rachel. How are you
Good.
today?
How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you for asking. I know we have a few things to get to, so let's jump right into it.
Okay.
So tell me how your partnership with American Home Shield came into fruition.
Okay, well, we started last year. We have three spots out, and it came about just because they were looking to do something comic that blended, with a comic message, but also got all the info out that you need to get out. So, I jumped at the chance because the two women from the ad agency, Fallon, they just came up with such funny ideas that it felt to me very appealing because it was like doing an SNL character.
Yeah.
So that was really a fun part of it for me, and so yeah, then this character of Warrentina, who brings you, like inner peace about your home. It just appealed to me comically, and then it got all the info out about American Home Shield and what it does and how it can make you feel more serene about your home in case anything goes wrong in it.
Yes, and just mentioned Warrentina. You're known for playing quirky characters. Explain the process of how you were able to bring that energy into Warrentina.
Well, I mean, like I said, this was actually I got to work with the ad agency, but they were so funny from the get-go that it was
Oh,
like I was working with SNL writers. So I didn't really have to do that much because the lines they gave me were so funny.
okay,
But yeah,
okay.
it was just like any comic performance where you're like, you've seen this type of person out there in the world, like this sort of like very woo-woo lady. So so that was kind of easy to sort of channel for me, and they put her in all sorts of funny circumstances.
Great, thank you. For homeowners considering using American Home Shield, what would you tell them about why it's a good investment?
Well, I think that it can give you this peace of mind because anything in your home that could break down, like whatever your large appliances or your systems, like your AC system, whatever, if something goes wrong, then you just have to contact American Home Shield, and then someone will either come repair it, it can be replaced. I mean, and then they have this new app too that can connect you on a video chat with an expert in home repairs that can walk you through or tell you what needs to be done next. Or so that seems very appealing to me because whenever I have something break, I wish I had a home repair expert right there to check it out before I have to call somebody in and go through all that trouble.
I agree.
Yeah.
And in terms of home care maintenance, do you have any personal tips that you swear by?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's definitely not my field of expertise, so that's why I need experts to come in. But no, home maintenance, and I don't think I'm your woman to for advice
Okay.
on that. Yeah.
No problem. No problem. How do you think this campaign stands out from other home warranty ads?
Ooh, well, I mean, I always love a funny commercial because it always catches my attention. And I think that that's what they were really trying to do is make it fun. And, American Home Shield is not an insurance company, but a lot of those insurance commercials, they're all kind of funny and fun now. And so I think American Home Shield is trying to get the word out about their product in a memorable way that makes you like, oh, I love this commercial. Like, which, that's kind of a
Yes.
rare thing to think, but
Hmm.
it and then they get the information they need.
Absolutely. So I am going to switch gears just a bit. You're best known for your time on Saturday Night Live. What about the show would fans be surprised to know?
What about the show They Surprise? Well, I mean, it gets written, overnight. Like it's a very nocturnal schedule. So like Monday night's the pitch meeting, and then Tuesday night is when everything gets written, pretty much. And yes, you could come in at like noon and have all your sketches done and be gone at a decent hour, but nobody does it. Everyone comes in and like rolls in at like 3, 4 o'clock, and they're there all night long. So like it's like you don't see sunlight the whole week pretty much. And then then the next day the sketches are picked. It's very fast turnaround. And
Hmm.
then another thing people might be surprised is you'd be surprised how many people say like, is it really live? Like even though it's right there in the title. But that's why I like when something kind of goes wrong in the show or people start laughing or whatever, like that reminder that this is really live. There's no do-overs, and that's what makes it so exciting.
Hmm. Thank you. Thank you so much. Has your approach to comedy or sketch writing changed since your time on SNL?
Well, I think you're always kind of developing as a sketch performer. I started in Chicago at Second City Theater with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, a lot of Steve Carell, like a lot of people that you might know started at this theater. And so we started in improv and sketch, and then once you're on SNL, you get more and more experience with that. And then I guess it kind of develops you to think on your feet, like not be thrown by any last minute changes if you're on a set or something, or just have this knowledge like, yeah, I can make this funny. Like I'll know how to make this funny in the moment. And that's all that years and years of practice helps you with that.
Great, great. Thank you. Thank you. What inspired you to sort of branch out and start your Woo Woo with Rachel Dratch podcast?
Well, I'd been hearing all these fun sort of ghost stories or psychic stories over the years from friends of mine. And then I would tell them to other friends. I was like, this story is amazing. And then I was like, what if we did a podcast about this? So it's myself and my friend, Irene Bremis, who I went to high school with, actually. She's a stand up comedian. And we do this together. We'll have on, comedians and funny friends to talk about whatever. Maybe they have a ghost story. Maybe they have, they had a dream that came true, whatever. It could be anything under the woo woo umbrella. And then since then, we've kind of branched out and had sort of experts on. And some of them are kind of like way more comic than other episodes. And,
Mhm.
but it's just a mishmash of woo woo that we talk about. Yeah.
Okay. Great. How do you think comedy is evolving today, and how do you see yourself fitting into that future?
Ooh, I guess I don't really think of it like evolving. I mean, I guess the one big difference of up and coming comedians now is they can put their stuff right out there, like on TikTok or whatever it is. People can kind of get their material and their sensibility out there on their own. Whereas when I was starting out, it was like you needed an agent, you had to have someone come see you. So that's kind of changed the whole landscape. But in terms of comedy evolving, feel like if comedy is real, a lot of comedy hopefully can be kind of timeless. It's not always because sometimes it's of the moment, but um, I don't know. Like even looking at the 50th anniversary of SNL, like there were sketches from 50 years ago that can still make you laugh. So
Right.
in a way, like SNL has kind of stayed the same formula this whole time, but it still makes everyone laugh. So I don't know. I guess funny is funny, no matter how you
Yeah.
slice it. I don't know.
I agree. No, 100%. What can fans expect to see from you in the future? Speaking of the future and things like that, and are there any upcoming projects that you're excited about?
Yeah, I don't have any like, big movies coming out or anything like that. I'm continuing to do the podcast and I wrote this parody of a Hallmark Christmas movie with my friend Anna Gasteyer, and that came out a couple years ago. And now we're trying to turn that into a musical. It's called A
Oh,
Cluster Funk Christmas. We played the
oh,
sisters Cluster Funk. And we're trying to, right now, currently working on writing that as a musical. And then, of course, I still have my Warrentina ad campaign, and now there's a doll involved because for this latest spot, there's a dollhouse involved. It was the coolest dollhouse you've ever seen. It was like everything was in miniature, like the little oven and the little
the
fridge.
top of
And then,
it. Yes, I
yes,
saw.
okay, and then here I was in it. So I guess I don't get to keep this, but I'm temporarily in custody. She's in my custody temporarily. So yeah.
Love it. Great, great. You mentioned the musical. Do you sing as well?
Do I sing? Great question. I sing at karaoke very
Okay.
well, and no, I sing enough to like play the character, like the side character in a musical, but I don't sing like Broadway. I've heard these people sing, and I'm not of their caliber. Enough to squeak by in a character role. Yes, I can sing in that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for meeting with me. I hope you have a good day.
All right. Thanks so much.